Hello, my name is Nate Hess, and I'm a park guide with the Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail. I'm working from home today. I'm sitting here at my kitchen table, and I have a picture up here to the one side, as well as a mug rack with a variety of different mugs on it up here on the other side. And today, I'd like to talk about something that you may well find at a kitchen table, namely water. Now, many of you will remember from grade school that water is always moving. Water moves in a liquid form in streams and rivers, and it goes from that liquid form and evaporates into a gas. It evaporates into water vapor. That vapor oftentimes takes the form of clouds or fog, and then eventually that water comes back to Earth, whether that is in the liquid form of rain or a more solid form like snow or ice. And on the Lewis and Clark expedition, as water moved, so moved the core of Discovery. Now, when water was in its liquid form, much like the liquid water that I have here in this glass bottle, water was very beneficial to the core of Discovery. First and foremost, the Lewis and Clark expedition traveled on water for most of its journey. They traveled on boats most of the time on water, and they made very good time in doing so. They also used liquid water for washing, for cooking, for drinking, in a variety of different ways. Liquid water was very, very useful to the core of Discovery, and when water was in its liquid form, it was very helpful to the core of Discovery. Now, when water was in its solid form, much like the rectangular ice cubes that I have here in this bowl, water was more of a hindrance to the core of Discovery rather than helpful. You can see that in the first winter that the core of Discovery spent, where they were up in North Dakota and the river froze, the Missouri River froze, and kept them from moving forward, from moving onward. You can also see that when they tried to cross the Rocky Mountains, and water in the solid form of snow was very much a hindrance to the core of Discovery too. In its third form, as water vapor, as gas, water was also usually more of a hindrance to the core of Discovery. The core of Discovery, during their second winter, which they spent out in the Pacific Northwest along the Pacific coast, that was a very foggy, wet winter for the core of Discovery. It rained most of the days. Most of the days would have been very foggy as well, and that sort of dreary atmosphere was a hindrance to the morale of the core of Discovery. It wasn't much fun being up in the Pacific Northwest at that time. Everything got wet, their food spoiled, and it really was not all that much fun. But basically, as water moved, so moved the core of Discovery. How does water affect your life? How does the movement of water affect your life? Is it more helpful, or is it more of a hindrance? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye now.